This is Corner Grip TV with another video. So, what do you think we have today? Well, we have a 2018 Ford Edge Sport. So Ford has a lot of SUVs in its lineup. It has the minuscule Eco Sport, and then it goes to the Escape, which is a little bit larger, and then the Edge, and then the Explorer, and then the Expedition. This is obviously a mid-size competitor, and this used to compete with like the Toyota Venza, but those are out, and these are the OG mid-size SUVs. These have been around since day one, and it's been the Nissan Murano and this bad boy, the Ford Edge, and this is the Sport model. So, is this really a $50,000 mid-size SUV? That's why we're here to find out. In the front, you got your standard halogen lights with LED daytime running lights. These are, of course, a little blackened just because of the Sport model, make it a little bit more sportier. Then you got your 3-spoke grille, make it a little bit sportier too. In an SC or an SEL trim, it would come in aluminum plastic, but they blackened it, of course. The front end looks really good. One thing I have to say is I am excited for the 2019 model because they're coming out with an ST, and that's a little refreshing. It looks new. This model year has aged well, but I think it is time to refresh it a little bit. It comes in a black color, and the Sport trim comes with 21-inch aluminum smoked gray wheels that look awesome. It makes this car look this well. Like if it had smaller wheels or any other wheels, it wouldn't look good. So design angle, got little rivets or whatever you want to call it here, make it look very aggressive. Then we come to the side, you also got some nice design angles like down here and up here that just add to the sportiness of the car. The car is widened and lowered from the regular Edge, and I think that's one of the design features of why it looks so cool. So you come around back and it has a beautiful LED backlight and a light bar that connects into the Ford symbol and goes back out. This is probably my favorite angle of the car right here. The back actually is one of my favorite angles of the car, which is surprising because it's not usually someone's favorite part of the car. But anyway, you got your dual exhaust. That looks good. You got a rear diffuser. Also very good touch. Edge. And your Sport emblem right there. Let's come and open this right up. Automatic, of course. Into the back seat. Wow. All right, so I'm a 6-foot tall person, and I'm at my driver's position where I would usually drive, and I have about 4 or 5 inches from the seat. So this is definitely very impressive legroom for especially a mid-sized vehicle. So anyway, the materials in this car are very nice. So you got this nice panel right here, like what you have in the front seat. It's nice material. It's plastic, but it feels nice, obviously. And then you got an aluminum door trim with speakers. Then you got a nice glossy black plastic trim here. Looks like so nice. And then you got soft touch plastic here, and then you got like quilted leather here. It's not quilted, but you know what I mean. It's like stitched, and it looks pretty nice, and you know. So one thing that I was surprised about this car is it comes with Alcantara seats, and this thing is so nice. Usually like a car will have it in the front seats and not the back seats, but it's a nice option to have them in the back seats, and they're really nice. One thing I did notice is you don't drop little things in it like crumbs or sand if you go to the beach, because it gets everything in it. I wasn't even in the back seat, and it has like dust and stuff in it, which can drive people insane if they're really OCD about it. But anyway, you got a nice skyline right here, goes all the way back to here, which is really nice. I love when cars include this. I think it's like a $1,500 option. You got a cigarette lighter here, and you got a plug-in outlet right there, which is nice. I did notice that you do not get USBs back here, but you get a plug-in, which is kind of weird. But anyway, you got your heated seat, 2 levels on both seats, and then you've got your ventilation right here and back pockets. Let's go into the front. Nice expensive clunk from the door. So this interior is very nice. It's like a blend of an Escape, but I don't really like the Escape interior, and then the Explorer has a really nice interior. And I think honestly, like, if you're gonna go with an SUV, I would honestly go with this. And they sell, I know they they sell more Explorers and they sell more Escapes, but like, this car is so underrated, and it's just because it's in the middle, because the Escape is just purposely for, like, if you can't afford an Explorer, you get an Escape, and you can get it with 4-wheel drive. And if you're a mom, and I'm not like singling everyone out, but typically if you are a mom or you have a family, you'll get the Explorer or the Expedition. And I feel like this car is just left in the middle, and it's just kind of underrated. And if I were to buy a Ford SUV, I would buy this one right now. This is like the cross blend of everything. So one thing that you do not get with a lot of the sport models is Alcantara seating, which is very nice. And the seats have awesome bolsters that keep you in. I wish the suspension was a little bit better, because that would kind of complement the seats, but they're nice and sticky, and they're obviously good and comfortable feeling seats. They got 10-way adjustable controls, and yeah. On to storage. So you got storage right here. If you click this button right here, you can put your, let's see if my cell phone fits in here. So your cell phone can fit in there, and then also you have a cubby here, and then you have a divider, and it's reasonable. It's pretty large. You could probably fit, you know, just your usual things like money and your wallet. You couldn't, it's not like an F-150 center where you could just like fit whatever you want, but it's pretty large. You won't be disappointed at any means. Onto the doors, you got a nice trim piece right here like you have in the back. Got unlock and lock. You got 3 person memory. So what that means is, if you have a driving setting and there's other people driving your car, you literally press this button and it will go right to your driving position, which is really nice. It's not something that is like very unique, but it's nice to see. So you got nice shiny plastic right here, got stitched leather here, hard plastic up here, which is nice. All 4 windows are automatic, which is very nice. You don't see that in a lot of cars, even at this price level. And just by the looks of it, this car looks very nice in the interior with these chrome pieces. They look very expensive, and they go around the vents, they go around the instrument cluster, and with the black interior and the Alcantara, it also comes with this plastic. It's obviously probably not real, but it's this nice carbon fiber that makes it have a very like sporty feel to it. The 8-inch touchscreen is a perfect size. They perfectly hit it on the dot with that. They couldn't do it any better. And just by the look of it, you got your cooled seats, your heated seats on both sides. You got 3 levels of them. I love the volume knob. It's nice and expensive. Feels expensive when you touch it in your hand. Got your CD player here. You got your seek and tune buttons that are really nice. Sound, you can play with the bass, treble, mid-range, all of that. This is a 360 camera, which comes into play when you can't see things all around you. It shows you above the car, which is a really good feature that I'll show you later. And the instrument cluster, it looks very good. I love this. They do in a lot of Ford products. They put the speedometer in the middle, and then there's a customizable gauge over here that can show the miles per hour, the RPMs. It can show all certain details that you would want to know while you're driving. Over here will display navigation or the radio station or the song you're playing on a Bluetooth device. And the steering wheel. The Explorer steering wheel needs to be revised a little bit, and the Escape I don't really like. This is why, like, I think like they just got it on the notch for me, because like I do not like one thing about this car. This steering wheel is perfect. You got the nice chrome, and it's just a perfect blend of buttons. Voice activating, volume, mute. You can change the song here. This is for cruise control. This is for this screen right here. You can customize it what you want to see, and just it has a nice 9-3 grip right here. One thing I want to say is sometimes I do like driving here. I'm not sure why cars do this, but they fill this in for no reason, and I don't 100% like that, because sometimes, I mean, drivers do like to put their hands in between here if they're just being lazy, or they just like driving down here. So that was kind of annoying driving down the highway, but I'm just nitpicking. Paddles are awesome, pretty responsive. It's nice to see them. I expected it in a sport model, but obviously it's good to see. Usually people would put like a boring shift. This looks kind of cool. It has a bunch of curves on it. It has a couple different functions on them, and this is obviously your wipers, which looks really good. And overall, got awesome visibility. Got a third window back there just to see extra, which is very helpful. Got a huge moonroof with controls up here. These are all lights for outside and inside, and this will control putting that up or down. What else do I have to say? Pedals you can control. So for the controls, using this OK button and these 4 notches here, you can control this screen. So if you want to see how fast you are going, it will display it here. If you hit the up arrow, it will change and show your tire pressure, which is a really neat feature. Or you can see a digital version of your RPM gauge. Oh, and also it will show you your fuel status. It will show you what you have left and when you have to fill. Intelligent all-wheel drive. So that's for that. And over here, this will display navigation if you have it set up, and it will also show you the radio station, or if you are connected to Bluetooth, it will show you what song is playing and a ton of other stuff. It'll also show you the time and the degrees outside. This is a very nice screen. I love it just because it's a perfect size, and it's not too big like a Tesla, which, I mean, we can't complain about that, but it is a little too big. And like a Nissan, which is way too small. This is right in the middle. It's perfect. It's an 8-inch screen that's very, very communicative and very fast. So, say you want to go to audio, bam, you're there. Climate, you're there. Phone, you're there. Navigation loads up like that. Has very nice pinch in and out. It has pretty good response, better than a lot of cars I've tested. Apps, obviously you can connect to apps on your phone if you have an Apple CarPlay, and yeah, the biggest thing you want to get out of it is most people are driving down the road and they want things to happen like that, because they don't want to take their eyes off the road for that long. And just, let's be honest, if something's fast and responsive, it's so much nicer to work with. And it's a nice lit LCD screen. So up here will tell you the degrees outside, the time, the degrees inside. I think I just flipped that. Degrees, yeah, whatever, which one, I'm not even sure how warm it is outside. Wi-Fi, heated and cooled seats. So most of the controls up here are down here, but it kind of depends if you want to use it up here or down here. Climate, obviously you got heated steering wheel, which is really nice. You can control all your stuff up here. Heated and cooled seats, AC, phone. You can link up your contacts, Bluetooth, change your devices. You can see text messages. So when someone texts you, it will come up on the screen, whoever the name is, and it'll say answer, or view it, or hear it, or decline. So if you want to hear it, it will say in like a very like auto-tune, like girl voice, what the person actually said. And if you want to reply, it will ding, and then it will you speak what it wants to say, and it will send it, and it'll ask you if you want to send it once you're done, which is a cool feature. So infotainment is really cool. Also, you got a storage space up here, which I forgot to mention, which is cool too. It's pretty cool. It has a Sony 10 speaker audio system, which I tested out with my Bluetooth device, and it is so nice. I know a lot of Ford products that are including Bowers and Wilkins, but this is one of the ones that's stuck with the Sony one. And even my dad's Mercury Milan has a Sony Microsoft system, and it is just so nice. Like, you need to come in this car, drive it, and listen to the speaker system, because you'll be blown away. You'll probably buy the car because of the speaker system. Like, it's so crisp. Even at like high volumes, it's very crisp. So anyway, I love the volume button. Nice feel to it. So most of the controls that you have up here are down here, which is nice if you just like buttons or you want to go through the control system, but has a good look to it. Got a nice shift knob. They haven't gone to the, you know, little dial shifter. They still have this nice shifter, which has a nice feel to it. It's not too small, it's not too large. You have sport mode. Your parking brake is right next to you, and you got a couple other functions here, and you got pretty large cup holders. I did have a drink, but I don't know where it went. So it has a nice plastic gloss to it, and that looks really nice. You see it on the doors as well. That looks really good. And just overall, this interior is awesome. You got nice legroom. Got metal plated pedals, which is really nice. And one thing I did want to mention is right here is rubberized where you would pull in, which is nice because most cars are plastic, and this is just rubberized, and it feels good. It's just like a little feature that you wouldn't really think of unless you drove the car. And yeah, let's get on the road and drive this thing. All right, let's drive this thing. Setting off in the 2018 Ford Edge Sport, and I haven't personally driven one of these before, but I've been driving it around for a couple hours, and I like this thing a lot. So what I noticed is when you're driving down the road, you can tell you are in a large vehicle. It feels like the Explorer. It really feels like the Explorer. And if you've ever driven an Explorer, it's very large, and but it's not just a large vehicle inside. It's just, you feel like you're in a very large vehicle, even though it's not that big of a car. So that's one of the things that I notice is you feel like you're driving a much bigger car than you really are, which is nice. It's a nice blend of sportiness. It surprises me because this thing is very fast. And when you're in this nice feeling of a car, and this big of a car and bulkiness feeling, you just don't expect the speed, and it really creeps up on you. But anyway, so let's go over a little bit of stats. So 325 horsepower out of a direct injection 2.7 liter twin turbo V6, hence the sport model. And this will do 60 under correct conditions in 5.6 seconds to about 5.8 seconds. So this is a very fast vehicle.